And welcome back, everyone, to the Zanpakuto creation series. A day late again. I should really maybe just bump this to Friday because Thursday always causes such a crapshoot of a day for me to do this. But from Grand Admiral underscore Squid, we have the question of what is Yennifer from the Witcher series Zanpakuto? Now, I only watched the first season. I've never actually played the games. I've only watched the first season of The Witcher. I actually liked the first season of Witcher quite a bit. First season and first episode of the season two. That's what I watched. Yeah, I actually very much liked The Witcher. I know some people said it was nothing like the book, or they ruined it from the book. I'm like, okay, maybe it's not the same as a book. Try to just enjoy it as it is. But oh well. I do know that with the Henry Cavill leaving, it just didn't work the same way. I do remember that. But regardless, what is Yennefer Zanpakuto? And I actually thought of a really fun idea for her. Now, she didn't start out this beautiful woman. She did start out with a hunchback deformity that she gave up, that she got rid of through magic, but through a process that, if I'm not mistaken, she lost her uterus to do. And so, in exchange for looks and beauty, she can't conceive. Now, with that being said, this Zanpakuto, I think, would still be a keto one because she is a magic user. More intellectual beings tend to have keto based. Its sealed form is still katana. Its release form, its release command is seed the battlefield. Its name is Scattered Womb, and then its Bankai is Corrupt Birth. So its Shikai name is Chiraba ha Shikyu. Its Bankai is Jiraku Shinte Taijo. It's Shikai, Shikai. Its Zanpakuto spirit takes the form of a deformed child, not a woman, but a child, basically to represent who she actually was. Still, this girl who feels inadequate despite all her power now, and to represent the fact that she can no longer give. It's something that is tied to her wanting that ability again to give birth. Now, what the Zanpakuto does is that upon a release, it starts to liquefy. It doesn't actually liquefy, and she can wipe her blade, and just bits of the liquefied blade wind up on the ground. Now, there is a limit to how much liquid would appear from the blade. The blade, like the amount of liquid may be bigger than the blade itself, but it's still a limited amount. But anything these droplets hit will form a golem of some kind, a being, if you will. It will birth, essentially, a being composite of A, Horeichi, but B, the material that the blade hit. And this could, in theory, apply even to a hollow or a Shinigami if her Ryatsu is greater than theirs. And that's a freaking messed up prospect right there. Now, the strength of these, let's call them children, would all depend on the amount of Ryatsu being pumped into her Shikai at that time, and the material that the blade hit, because again, they are made of these materials, whatever these materials may be. Now, that being said, once she runs out of the blade's materials, or once she runs out of liquefied blade, that's it. She can't create any more until she reseals her Shikai. And if she reseals her Shikai, the effects do disappear. This is to show that this ability is fleeting, that she has this ability to quote-unquote birth something into existence. However, this essentially gives her a variable army at her disposal that she can use for whatever she wants. Its Bankai increases the amount of liquid, but uses it all at once. And in essence, behind her is a floating womb-shaped thing, similar a little bit into the vein of something like Akisogi Jizo, a little bit. But not quite in the same way, like something more ethereally sinister, like not quite as just body horror as what Akisogi Jizo is. So when the liquefied blade hits a target, and that could be any target, by the way, it could be the ground, trees, hollow, or an incoming attack. Hypothetically, she's going up against someone like Yamamoto, and she hits even some of the fire. Some of that fire can be utilized because it's not necessarily overpowering his Ryatsu. It's overpowering it's merging with the attack coming. So if she does that, all of the droplets of her sword, every place she hit with her sword will come together and combine into the womb to create one super powerful, massive golem of whatever her attack hit. And that is the souped up version, the true full power of her corrupted womb, if you will. Or her corrupted birth, because it is kind of a amalgamation of things. It is a homunculus, a golem. It's something that isn't natural, which at this point, with Yennifer would make sense. Like if she were hypothetically to be able to give birth to something, at this point it would no longer be natural. She would have done it through other means. Now, the weaknesses of this Zanpakuto, though, are pretty clear. One, limited amount of liquid. First off, you can't do it indefinitely. Maybe if you were like to fully train this Bankai, maybe you could have a lot more than what you get, or Zanpakuto. But beyond that, this is one of those cases where the Reishi versus Reishi battles of the Soul of Bleach are their most prevalent, because if she can't overpower the Reishi of something, i.e. if she hits a Shinigami, Hollow, or Quincy, whatever, then it's all is going to be goo. Like it's all it is going to be cold metallic goo. Not even hot goo. That's the thing. It's like it's not even like burning. So I mean, again, if someone's like attacking, say like Byakuya or Komamura, or well, not Komamura. That one's not a good example, but Byakuya or Hitsugaya or Yamamoto. Those are exceptions to the rule where she's not really overpowering the Ryatsu. She's just touching parts of the attack. And that is so spread out as an attack that you should be able to get away with that. But unless she is essentially like a transcendent being, or at the very minimum, like a high-level captain like Kyoraku or something like that, she's not overpowering every single captain's Zanpakuto or their Reishi and just merging them. She's unfortunately not melding with a Kenpachi Zaraki. That's not happening. She's not melding with an Ichibei. She's not melding with an Aizen. Probably not melding with a Kyoraku. But anything under them, I think it's at least on the table. Maybe not Byakuya himself, but as Shikai. Renji is a difficult one because we just don't have a clear-cut answer to just how strong he clearly surpasses captains in terms of power. Like some of the current captains, definitely he surpasses them. But how powerful he actually is very, very up for debate right now. Still, that being said, that is my thoughts on Yennifer Zanpakuto. Oh, and real quick, this clearly isn't a combat-style Zanpakuto in the traditional sense. She releases her Shikai or Bankai. They're not designed to actually hurt anything. They're designed, I mean, unless she hits a target and is strong enough to take the target and just turn it into something else. But yeah, she can't just attack with this. So, yeah, it's an interesting Zanpakuto that definitely has interesting functions, to say the least. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.